The Louisville Historic Tours is returning for the 2024 season, and what better way to learn all about Louisville than with a guided tour of our most historic and haunted sites. Founder of the Louisville Historic Tours, David Domine, and tour guide Angelique Stacy join us here in the studio with a preview today. You're going to love this because I'm loving this. Like, I love spring in Louisville anyway, in this area. We have so many historic buildings, and I know you've been working so hard to kind of create these different categories of tours for the spring. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so this is our 20th year.
Oh my gosh,
doing
David.
tours, especially walking tours of old Louisville. But people know us for our ghost tours. We do those in the evening, but we also do history and architecture tours. We have experiential tours, so it's not just haunted things in old Louisville anymore.
Right. I think, too, people want to understand, they've been by a lot of these homes, and you always think, I bet there's a history there. I bet there's a story. And I think that's where your tours just really stand out, because the stories are incredible and told in a way that, you know, we try to retell them, but only you all can tell them in this way.
Yeah, and it's a great neighborhood, you know,
Yeah.
45 square blocks of old houses, over 1,000 mansions and Victorian homes. Like you said, each of them has a story. So the fun thing is kind of presenting those stories to people visiting the neighborhood and wanting to find out more about old Louisville.
When do the tours kick off?
Officially March 15th, but we do them year round now.
Yeah.
It's a little slow when it's cold, but the weather was warming up. But
It's going to again.
So it's going to warm up soon, and we're going to have lots of people on the streets in old Louisville.
Angelique, you don't do one of the most popular ones, this paranormal tour, which is incredibly crazy to hear, like, some of the stories. Like, what can you tell us about, like, where does it begin, and who are the people that show up for this?
Well, we get folks from all over. They literally seek out something to do that is paranormal. A lot of shows have been coming into Louisville and filming us, so in the next year or so, I expect these to could really take off. But we go into a house on 3rd Street and also the Conrad Caldwell House, so people are welcome to bring their equipment so that they can...
Oh, and they do.
Yeah,
They do, right?
They do.
Like, not just a camera to record, you know, for Instagram, they bring it.
Yeah,
like legit stuff.
SLS cameras, heat-seeking cameras. They also record voices. We've even got dowsing rods, so we go old school to new school with all the different stuff.
Are you always, like, shocked, like, what they find? That you know the history and you know what you're going to talk about, but does it kind of surprise you that, oh my God, they're really picking up this activity here?
Yeah, and oftentimes I like to wait to tell them a little bit later about the story. Let's feel out the place first. And then sometimes I'm surprised what they find out, and I find that a lot of our original neighbors are very concerned about how their houses look, and sometimes they get a little bit petty, but it's kind of fascinating to see that some of our personality really stays in the afterlife.
Really does. It really does. I mean, David, this is part of the beauty and why your tours are so popular and so unique is with folks like Angelique. You know, your tour guides are everything.
Yeah, and most of them live in the neighborhood. They've got personal connections, and our tour-goers, they really like that. They like the personal connection. They've got their own stories they can share. It makes a very unique experience.
When you're looking at moving into a different season, how do you decide how to adjust the tours or add something new in that you know that folks are going to like?
Well, it depends what's been going on. Sometimes something happened in the news and people want to know about a certain street. But a lot of the stops, a lot of the stories are the old chestnuts, you know. So they're kind of the repertoire. But all our tour guides, they're very well versed. They've got lots of stories and anecdotes, so they kind of tailor each experience to the people on the tour. Sometimes we get people coming back. They, you know, have friends and family coming to town, and they want to show off the neighborhood now. So each tour guide kind of reads the crowd and customizes the tour for that group.
What is your favorite this season? Do you have one?
I can't
narrow it down.
It's too hard. But St. James Court, you know, the Pink Palace, the Conrad Caldwell House, definitely in my top 5.
Is there a limit to the size of each tour that you prefer?
Yeah, sometimes we have like big school groups. They'll bring 40 or 50 people, but we find if we can cap it at around 20, that makes for, you know, a good size group.
Good size, you think? Yeah.
Yeah, that way people don't miss things and not be able to hear, just in case other folks are talking and giggling and having a good time.
Probably, too, you feel like they can ask questions and follow up, and it feels intimate.
Yeah, a little more personal than just a huge group.
Well, thank you all both so much for kind of launching the tours here on Great Day Live. They're going on right now. If you would like to learn more, see the schedule, to purchase tickets, and to get started, go to LouisvilleHistoricTours.com.